So that first date, will I call it a date? That first time we went for that lunch, that's the first time for that meeting, how I wouldn't have completely lost my phone. They would have been able to track the man down with the Hi lovelies, welcome back again to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing with you 5 major things, like 5 things you must know as a fresher in the Philippines or as a foreigner in the Philippines. I just finished filming a video now. This is the second video. That one will go up before this one, so please do well to watch the video. And if you are new on my channel, it may interest you to also watch my other videos. In today's video, like I mentioned, I'm going to be discussing with you 5 major things or 5 things you need to know as a fresher or foreigner. That's if you are new in the Philippines. These are 5 important things I think you should know as a foreigner. If it is what you are interested in finding out, please do well to keep on watching. Welcome back, lovelies. First off, if you are new here, my name is Ruth. I'm a final year student nurse currently living and studying here in the Philippines, and you are most welcome to Nursery Nook. For my old subscribers, thank you so much guys for always clicking in. So lovelies, back to the main gist of today. Things you need to know as a new person or foreigner in the Philippines. Number 1 is security. As a new person in the Philippines, especially if you are in the city, even in the province, you may be going to somewhere, and if you are not familiar with the place you are going to, or you kind of miss your way, something like that, or you want to know the direction of where you are going to, the best people or person to ask questions are people in uniform, like the security men. Most places you have Jollibee, and maybe there is mall, and just look around to see if there is a bank or McDonald's or anything, or mall around. Just look at the front of these places I mentioned. You will always see a security man. That's people in uniform. So when you see them, you can approach them and ask them for direction. You can also ask the policemen. If you are coming from Nigeria, we know, like our policemen back home, people are always scared of those in uniform, to approach them. Sometimes, especially the military men, like the soldiers, people are so scared of them, back home in Nigeria. It is not like that in Philippines. If you are a foreigner coming from our own side, like Nigeria, do not be scared of the policemen. What is written on their uniform is POSO. So when you see this POSO or those men in uniform, do not be scared of them, because they are not like the ones in Nigeria. They don't harass you or that intimidation because they are in uniform. It is not like that here in the Philippines. So for you to be on a safer side as a foreigner coming from any country to the Philippines, once you are confused maybe, or you miss your way or direction, the best people to ask, like I said, are those in uniform. For this particular point, when I was coming to Nigeria, I have a sister that is married to a Filipino. Yeah, I know you are hearing this for the first time. I have a sister that is married to a Filipino. I will discuss about them. Not really discuss about them. With time, you may see them on this channel. And that reminds me, before the pandemic, they come to Philippines because they are staying in Nigeria. But yearly, they come to Philippines for Christmas and, those holidays. So my first Christmas here in the Philippines, I celebrated it with them. When they came from Nigeria to the Philippines, we were together. We went to big mall, that's a Mall of Asia in Manila. We went to lovely places. Thank God I saved that video. In fact, I saved it on my Facebook. Thank God I have the video. Yeah, I'll get some of the clips I made with my sister and her husband and children when they came to the Philippines. I'm going to upload it, just a clip for you guys to see. Not in this video, but I'll make a separate video. I'll upload it in a separate video. So back to the gist for the number one, which is security. When I was coming to the Philippines, I went to my sister's place where she's staying with her husband, who is a Filipino. They stay in Nigeria, yes. So as the husband was advising me, telling me about Philippines, and I was asking some questions because I was curious. I've never been to Philippines then. So he told me, he was the first person to give me this advice, that once I get to the Philippines, if I'm confused, maybe I miss my way or confused about road or streets or anything relating to, question like that the best people to ask are men in the uniform. Although sometimes they may not understand you because of the language barrier, but I like the way they do it. Sometimes they will call another person that can interpret what you are saying, and they will direct you. My in-law, the same advice he gave me when I was coming is what I'm giving you as a fresher or new person or foreigner in the Philippines, that if you want to ask questions, the best people to ask are men or women or those in uniform. Number two is for students. Always ask questions in the class. As a foreigner, you have most times you have more Filipinos in the class, so you may be one or two or three, depending on the number, or you may even be the only one as a foreigner. Like in my own case, during my time, I'm seeing myself now as a graduate. So during my time, from the first year up until the final year, the fourth year, I was the only foreigner in my class. Oh, okay, in the first year, we were 2 foreigners. But after we finished the first year, the other Nigerian transferred to another city. So that was how I remained the only foreigner in my class all through second, third, and final year, which is fourth year. So you may even be the only foreigner in your class. No matter the number of foreigners, the point is, as a student, always ask questions whenever you are confused. Yes, in the Philippines, they teach in English, but do not forget that English is their second language. So their major language is Tagalog. In the city where I am staying in my own province is Tagalog. So oftentimes the instructors, they may switch to Tagalog and you may be lost. Please feel free to ask questions, like remind the instructor in a very polite manner. Do not assume that this instructor is supposed to know that there is foreigner, so he's supposed to be speaking English. Don't make those assumptions. Just ask your question in a polite way, or draw the attention of the instructor back that you are lost. You can no longer understand him or her. Like one of my instructors, once I'm in the class, he will always say, Ruth, I know we have a foreigner in the class, so I'll try to speak English so she can understand. And they do it. And sometimes once I'm lost, I'll ask questions. You need to ask. Do not assume that they know. Just ask your question. And one of my instructors too, then sometimes as he's teaching, he will switch to Tagalog, and all of them will burst out into laughter, like both the instructor and the student. So once he see that, I don't know why they are laughing, so I will not laugh. So I'll just be looking like, sometimes I just try to understand them. And once he see that, okay, maybe I'm not laughing. I'm not supposed to laugh because I don't know what is making them laugh, and I don't know what he said. So he will just tell me, Ruth, I just cracked a joke now, that's why they are laughing. Do not think we are talking about you, something like that. I'll try to say it in English. Then he will also tell me, Ruth, I know that even though I say this in English, I know you are not going to laugh because it will not make sense in English. The full meaning of the joke will not come out in English, but in Tagalog. And for real, when he translates it into English, I'll be like, Is that why they are laughing? So you know. So what I'm trying to say in this point is, always ask questions and feel free with them. If they are laughing and maybe you are among them, do not feel bad. I know we are human. You can feel like, oh, like me sometimes, especially that first time, I'll feel like, oh, what are they saying? Come over it, forget about it. What I used in building myself as the only foreigner in my class, I'll just assume that anything you are saying that I cannot hear, that means I don't even need to be offended. That means even though you are talking about me, that means you don't want me to hear. That's why you are saying those things in a language I don't understand. And I'm okay with it. I cannot be angry for what I don't know about. You understand? So always feel free with them. If you are lost or you want to ask anything, both from instructors and from your fellow students, always ask questions. And if you want to ask your instructor's question, no matter how small your instructor is, please be polite and ask in a respectful manner. Even though you know by age, you may senior your instructor, because here in the Philippines, here you have a lot of them very young, you know. School is not a problem. To get into school in the Philippines is not a problem. So a lot of them finish from college on time and they start working. So when you have some of these instructors that are so young, men looking at them, you know that this person, I senior you, but then he or she is your instructor, and that alone covers that you should respect him or her. So just ask them questions in a polite manner. Do not assume or presume that they ought to know that a foreigner is here. No. Okay? So number 3 point is, as a foreigner generally in the Philippines, especially if you are in a city where they use taxi, please, before you get into a taxi, make sure you take a picture of the plate number of the taxi. The reason for this, when I came to the Philippines, my first year, that's when I was still new in the Philippines, so I went to Manila to get some of my school stuff, you know. And then in Manila, I entered the taxi. All through the time I was in the taxi, I was chatting with the taxi man. He was so happy. We were chatting, like we were really gisting and laughing, you know. So I forgot my phone in the taxi. Immediately he drove off. I remembered, my phone, I left it in the taxi. I started looking for a way to get this man. Even the spot at which he dropped me, the barangay people, I met them. They tried to like track it by checking their CCTV and all, you know, those things. I was not able to get this taxi man. I tried my number was already switched off. I tried everything like to get the taxi man. I could not get him. So the point is, as a fresher, once you are there, once you stop a taxi, if you have a pen, it's even better you do it with pen. You can take a picture of it and write it out, you know. Like since I left my phone, even though I had taken picture of it, it will still be in that phone. So to be on the safer side, if you take the picture, do well to also write it out. If I had the plate number of that driver, that's the taxi man, I wouldn't have completely lost my phone. They would have been able to track the man down with the plate number if I had provided it. You understand? So make sure if you stop a taxi to jot down the plate number, take a picture of the plate number and also write it out in a jotter, or you know, just write it out. Again, still on this taxi, as soon as you enter, as soon as you get into the car, make sure to tell the taxi man to clear his meter. If he did not clear or even set the meter, when you get to your destination, you may end up paying more than you were supposed to pay because the meter was not cleared. So once you get into the car, be conscious of it. ask the taxi driver to clear his meter. So number 4 points is, as a student, foreign students in the Philippines, not just foreign students, as a student, even as a foreigner, because you may not be a student, maybe you are here for tourism, or you are just in Philippines but you are new in the Philippines. This point is important. Anytime you go out with Filipinos or Filipinas, you go out maybe for lunch or for dinner or for breakfast, please make sure you have your spare money, like you have spare budget, because once you go for lunch, breakfast, dinner, anything with them, at the end of everything, all of you will contribute to pay for the lunch or for dinner or anything, this particular point, the reason why I am trying to make this known to you as a foreigner is because when I was in school, I'm seeing myself now as a graduate. Oh my god, this is the second time. Okay, when I was in second year during our community duty days, anytime we go for community duties, after the duties, my classmates, my friends, they'll be like, Ruth, you come, let's go for lunch. Already during the lunchtime, we had our lunch, and for me, I normally take food to duties, both hospital duties and community duties. Once I'm going on duty, I go with my food. The reason why I go with my food is to save money, like to save cost of buying food and all those things. As a student, I have to live a minimalist life if that makes sense. So I really have to live on budget, so I budget everything I spend. After we have finished eating lunch, they themselves, they go out, they buy the lunch. Then at the end of the duty, after everything, at the end of the duty for the day, the community duty, they'll be like, Ruth, you come, let's hang out, let's go get some maybe lunch. I'll say, but we just ate lunch not long. Say, but we are still hungry, let's go. The way they will be pressing you, like, let's go. One thing I like about them, why they are doing that, they want me as a foreigner to feel among, like to be with them, and it's good. Go with them, feel among, be with them, so you know them more and they know you more, and they just want to make me feel among, that's how I say it. So it will not look like because I'm the only foreigner I'm left out. So that first date, will I call it a date? That first time we went for that lunch, that's the first time for that duty, how I knew about this. After, when I saw the pressure, let's go, I said, okay, since they are saying let's go, definitely they will pay for it. Like if it's in Nigeria, or as a Nigerian, if I'm telling my friend or someone around me, let's go for lunch, let's go for dinner, you that initiated the outing, whether lunch, dinner or whatever, you are automatically going to pay for that. That's where culture comes in now, culture difference. So as a Nigerian, have this in my head already, that anybody, like you initiate an outing, you that initiated that will automatically foot the bill. Sometimes too, it depends on understanding. I may initiate an outing, I will as well tell my friend, but I don't have money. And if that friend have money, one person, the bottom line is one person as a Nigerian can foot the bill. But sometimes too, you may just tell your friend, I don't have much, can you just, and they will add. But it is always seen that someone that initiated an outing will be the one to foot the bill. But for Filipinos, once they are initiating that kind of outing, just know that at the end of everything, everybody, like all of us, like them, that during that our duty, community duty, I really had fun with them. At the end of it, we all will contribute and pay for whatever we've taken or we've eaten. So that first time was like, so this is how these people, this is how they do it. I called one of my classmates that we are really close, like that one, I'm closer to that one. I called her aside and I asked her, why are we contributing? She said, no, that's how they do it, and she explained to me. So since that day, I learned that if you have Filipino friends or Filipina friends, once you are much and you are going for outing, please have extra budget. If you do not have extra budget, then you can go with them but do not eat anything. So sometimes when they initiate it, I go with them so all of us can have fun. But once we get there, sometimes I don't take anything. I don't eat. I tell them I'm okay. As a foreigner, I know I'm living on budget. But sometimes for us to just play around and all those things, sometimes all of us will eat and contribute. So the bottom line of what I'm saying, this thing they do not see it as something offensive or bad or why it's not supposed to be. Just know that this is where culture differs. Your own culture, like my own culture, if I'll say it like that, like in Nigeria, someone that initiates an outing foots the bill. But here in the Philippines, once you go for outing with your friends, at the end of it, you all will contribute and foot the bill. I also like their own culture. I see it that I think they are trying to help one another, like not making the bill to be too much on one person, so all of us have to share the expenses equally. I think maybe that's why they do it. So it's also good on their own part. So just know and bear in mind that whenever you are going for such outing with them, at the end of it, you will all contribute to foot the bill. So if you are living on budget, you know how to, make your plans, whether to go or not. So the last and the final point is, if you are a foreigner in the Philippines, please try as much as possible to learn their language. If possible, just learn the basic Tagalog, like their greetings, the basic ones. Learn it. It will be of great use to you. And one good thing about this, if you are able to learn Tagalog, it's going to help you a lot. They will take you as one of them. Like, normally they are friendly people and they relate to people well. So imagine now that you can speak Tagalog, you will become their party. Like, they will be so close to you. They will so love you because they will no longer have nosebleed in communicating with you. Most of them, like some of them in school, for example, they want to communicate with you, come close to you. Like one of my classmates told me then. She told me, Ruth, I want to be your friend. I want to talk with you, but I can't speak English. I'm not good in English. I told her, but you just communicated to me in English. She said, no, I can't speak English. I said, but you are still talking in English. So we just laughed. I understood her and I was like, it's okay. You can talk to me. Anyhow you want to cut and join the English, cut and join. I will also cut and join the English because I've gotten so used to, like, if you want to speak to a Filipino as a Nigerian, we rush. Sometimes most of us, we rush talk. Sometimes if you want to speak English, you want to speak continuously, continuous pace. But if you want to speak to a Filipino, you have to reduce your voice and take it bit by bit so they will understand you. So what I'm saying is, try to learn the basic Tagalog. If you learn the basic Tagalog, they will rapport well. Normally, like I said, they are friendly, and I will advise you to learn Tagalog, even though it's not compulsory here in the Philippines, but for your own good, learn it. If you go to the market, that thing will be so useful to you. As in, if you go to the market, they can never cheat you as a foreigner, because if you are only speaking English, one is that men seeing you as a foreigner, most of them have that feeling that every foreigner is rich. You are a foreigner, you are wealthy. So when they come to you sometimes, foreigner, you are so rich. So if you go to the market, that is where some of them, they want to take advantage that you are a foreigner, so you are rich. Some of them will so even increase it because they know that you cannot even understand what they are saying. But if you can speak Tagalog, like Makano, and you start breaking, like speaking the Tagalog, they will speak Tagalog, asking you, you speak Tagalog? Tell them yes. they cannot cheat you, because if they want to speak Tagalog, you are understanding. And the fact that you can speak that Tagalog, you have already gained their love more and their interest more. So for your own good, and for you to enjoy your stay with them, and for you to flow well as a foreigner, please learn Tagalog. If not everything like being good in Tagalog, at least try to learn the basic Tagalog. It's going to help you and you will thank me later. So lovelies, I've come to the end of today's video. If you have watched me up until now and you are yet to subscribe to this channel, like seriously, what are you waiting for? Please do also hit the red subscribe button. Join this family. Remember to turn on your post notification bell for future videos, and please give this video a huge thumbs up. Leave your comments down in the comment section. So until I come your way next time, stay safe always and remain blessed. Bye.